Welcome back to my channel. My name is Derrick-sama, and This video is going to be about um, toxic family members and how they can stunt your growth on becoming your better version of yourself. This video kind of inspired me from my experience. I guess within this year of 2024 is that I realized that our parents in some way, especially their own personal beliefs or their background, the cultural background, um can harm, you know us as teenagers or young adults from becoming our better versions of ourselves, because we're not, I guess, we don't want to like ruffle any feathers with people that we are, you know re- biologically related to. um I think for me, what I learned through that experience, especially me being a bisexual man and openly coming out, I guess, this year of 2024, um and I think one thing I realized is that people, especially if you come from a black or African traditional background, is that uh they tend to be very not judgmental, that too, but they have a preconceived notion of what you should be and fit uh their idea and version of you, and how you should live your life, and how you should in every aspect just be as a person. um One thing I will say from my experience is that don't even allow, I'm gonna just say this in general. Don't even allow anybody, even myself, to tell you what you shouldn't fucking be, because at the end of the day, we don't know what is best for you and what works for you. And even if you're gonna go through just in life in general, sorry, we're gonna go through life, you know, errors and mistakes of, choices we make. But one of the errors I feel like young people, especially when they get older and they regret, is that they never choose themselves. They never love themselves because they didn't want to, you know, cross that bridge, or, make their parents disown them, or um not like them. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, especially if you're a man, I think it's harder to vocalize those things, because they and so I feel like is we're not, I guess, not guided, especially at a young age, to, I feel like men have more freedom when it comes to like how they want to, move around and stuff. But when it comes to like how they choose to express themselves or their sexuality, I feel like that's a very touchy topic, because we're not giving the outlet or space to, be ourselves, and without well, be ourselves, and then also not be judged. And I feel like men, they can't handle that type of pressure, so they hide or dim down a lot of aspects of themselves, or conform into the societal norm. And I feel like we have to, especially my age group, have to be, bold about how we want to show up and be, because at the end of the day, you get one life to live, and your motherfucking parents, uh, they're gonna die at some point, and it's not gonna fucking matter. So I feel like how you choose, if you know who you are as a person and what you want, I feel like you should strive and fight for it, because you don't want to always feel like you're not good enough, or worthy of being generally yourself, even though we live in a world that's very judgmental and um ridicule and um ostracize people who are different from the norm. I feel like men need to, strive to create spaces for each other, where um, if our family members don't give us that space, we can come, with come together as to each other as you know for emotional, and needs and understanding because I feel like this world is very hard and cruel as fuck, and if you don't have the mental capacity, emotional capacity to do that, a lot of people tend to like go through really like depression or like you know kill themselves, because they can't handle that type of pressure and they have nobody else to go to. So I feel like as men, we have to do a better job, cultivating spaces where we can have these conversations where it's not very awkward, you know, and make it very known that you know, gay and bisexual men exist. That they're, you know, it's not a fucking choice, But I feel like religion specifically, and social norm plays a big role into, um, I guess dimming, not dimming, but undermining, the validation of other people's, existence and experience, on this planet. So, um, I think one thing I learned from my experience dealing with my parents, and I'll give you basically a good um, quick story, is that um, when I started to really explore on my own way of showing up or becoming the better version of myself, I know that caused a conflict with uh, my family relatives, and because they're traditional, so I had to sometimes cuss them out and put them in their fucking place because at the end of the day, it's not their fucking place and it's not their fucking choice. So, and you have the right to tell them that how I choose to show up doesn't affect you. So if you don't like it, keep it fucking pushing. But I feel like a lot of us are gonna have to come down that road where we're gonna have to choose ourselves and, distance or cut off your parents because if they can't understand or respect that from your choice of being a person, I feel like you should um, definitely walk away and choose better for yourself. Um, but as I'm getting older, I'm realizing I made the right decision by picking myself because it would inspire other people to pick themselves too, and genuinely being genuinely okay, with being your fucking self. And I think we need to, we as men need to do that more because it's like it's fucking sad, Like a lot of people, a lot of us can't really. I mean, it doesn't really have to be like for you know sexuality. We could be just in general. I feel like a lot of people tend to have a hard time, understanding who they are as a person um, because what they because of their personal beliefs and societal norms playing like heavily pushing that down their throat. And I'm gonna tell you, you have every right. It's okay, and you have every right to show up how you want to, and don't allow nobody to fucking gaslight you and play in your face to tell you that's fucking evil and bad when it's not. People are fucking ignorant, and a lot of people are fucking stupid, generally stupid. So they choose to be lazy and ignorant about other people' experiences and um, ways of showing up or personal beliefs. So that don't put that weight and pressure on yourself. And if you're going to be yourself, you're going to have a level of I don't give a fuckness to you because how you choose to show up does not affect nobody else, and it shouldn't. So, um, but it did teach me to have resilience and um, to understand that not everybody is at your level of boldness and confidence and understanding of oneself to, you know, do that, and one thing I advise anybody who is going to be judging themselves, whether that is you coming out or you choosing to show up differently than the norm, is definitely journaling your emotions and feelings. Um, Consider therapy if you need to, um, and get into like or spirituality or like if you want religious beliefs, and see what works for you and makes you a stronger person. Because in life, you have one life to live, and you have to live for yourself, and you can't allow other people judgment and criticism and personal belief dim your light and how you choose to show up in this world, um, force you to be something you're not. So I think also, and one more thing that helped me a lot is isolating, like spending time alone with yourself. And I think being okay with adapting to different changes in your life. Like, if people don't want to fuck with you or people have a problem with what you're doing, be okay with it. You didn't lose shit. So it just lets you know that they weren't for you, and be okay with that. Um, because I feel like you, whether people tell you or not, you are your own creator and destroyer. You choose how your life end up and be because of your mindset and who you entertain a lot in your life. So don't be around people who ain't shit and who don't fuck with you for you. You need to be around people who actually like you for you and don't have an issue with you being your fucking self, and that's fucking smart. 'Cause a lot of people are fucking not fucking smart. So you need to hang out with smart people. I recommend people hanging out with people who are fucking smart. But yeah, I feel like once you start going on the journey of becoming yourself, you're going to not have a lot of people in your face. You're going to scare a lot of people. You being and living in your truth will make people who aren't that run away from you, and you need to be okay with that, because that just shows that they're not ready or truly who they are showcasing to be. So one thing I will say from this year is that it showed me that being yourself and being resilient, that will show you that you had the power within you the whole time. One, but inspiring others to be the same, and inspiring others and showing other people that it's okay to be yourself too, because a lot of people genuinely are suffering in silence because they have nobody else to go to, or really to express how they truly feel because of judgment. And be okay with when you start becoming yourself, specifically what that you're going to spend most of your time alone, and you can use that time to reinvent yourself and become the better version that you want to be, so that you never get older in life and regret that I should have been myself and not choose people over me. So yeah, that's the thing I would probably, that's all I gotta say probably. But uh yeah, I think that's it. um and don't be afraid to take care of yourself, whether that is getting into skincare and you know going outside and doing things for yourself. Don't be afraid to get out your comfort zone. So like, life is short, and don't take it for granted. So yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. um um yeah, so that's it. I hope you like this video. If you have anything you want to comment, you can comment under the video below, on the things you're experiencing or you're currently going through or navigating with your parents or your friends or family, right? And your perspective on just life in general of you becoming yourself and the challenges you had to overcome and um, face from. But yeah, take care. Bye.